Thanks so much for taking the time to come and listen to what we're all about. TriNetX is a fairly young company. We've been around for about 10 years. We consider ourselves a real-world data company, but we do far more than that. And Matt is going to do the bulk of this presentation. I just wanted to give the opportunity to thank everybody for listening to the session, and hopefully many of you stay for the breakout. We're going to go through a really interesting use case based on falls, and you'll get the opportunity to play around with the platform if you do have Stony Brook login. I know like Melanie's in charge of all of that. So I implore you to stay around. It's a really easy to use platform. There's a lot of power in the numbers that we have on the system. And Matt is going to talk to you a little bit about what that is right now. So thank you very much.
Hey everyone, like Lindsay said, I'm Matt from TriNetX as well. And just starting to go, this is going to be a super high level of what actually TriNetX is, the background, a little bit how it started, as well as some other areas instead of just this query design tool that we'll be showing later. So TriNetX is a global health research network where we work to create collaboration between pharma and CROs and healthcare organizations. So that was the main driver when TriNetX was first created. It was a way to cut down amendments for CROs and pharma companies to deliver clinical trials to the healthcare organizations. And that's sort of where TriNetX started, delivering those trials to healthcare organizations. And it's still the major component of our platform today. On average, we deliver 4 to 8 trials from our pharma CRO partners to our healthcare organizations per month. And we currently have 80 of the top pharma companies and half the top CROs using the platform to deliver those trials as well. One other section that we also have is the ability to do investigator-led research on the platform with the data and analytics that are actually on the platform. So we have an analytics suite built right into the platform. And on our research network, which we'll also show during the demos, you have access to, I think it's 112 million patients at the moment. It's all web-based. You use your Stony Brook logins, and you're also able to download all that data in road-level datasets to use with third-party analytic platforms as well. A little bit more in-depth into the platform as a whole. We currently have over 250 contracted healthcare organizations, and those are worldwide. Hundreds of published papers, over half the CTSA sites. You'll also be able to see all of those on the next slide. And then a little plug to George and Camille, that we actually were able to work with them to create the bioinformatics analytics course. We like to say we're a data agnostic company, so we take data from Epic or Cerner, flat files, however they like to deliver it to us directly. More tightly integrated with the larger ones, Cerner and Epic, a lot easier to bring in. And we also can bring in tumor registry data, genomics data, data from natural language processing, and so on. And at the bottom, we just have our HIPAA de-identification is through expert determination with Dr. Brad Malin from Vanderbilt. And then our data sets are considered limited data sets because they do include dates of service in all of those data sets. Just a quick look at some of the CTSA members on the network. Hopefully we'll be able to add Stony Brook to this next year. And then just sort of the 3 pillars of TriNetX. So I talked about the sponsored trials quickly. The local research is where investigators can use the TriNetX platform themselves. And then collaboration. So you're actually able to partner with other healthcare organizations on the TriNetX network, create a collaborative network, and query that network and actually see patient counts from each of those healthcare organizations. We're actually in the process of working to create one for all of the SUNY healthcare organizations on the platform, and that's in process right now. Just a quick look at industry members that we have, all the big names, and then just a look into the data that's on the platform. So TriNetX doesn't have all data. It comes directly from the EHR. So you have all the EHR structured data, the demographics, diagnoses, procedures, meds, labs. We're also able to bring in notes, reports through NLP, which I'll show on the next slide. but also tumor registry data, which gives you the tumor site histology, different cancer-specific factors, molecular genomic data, and then we also have our third-party Diamond network and Link network, where we're able to link to claims as well. And then for our natural language processing, we're able to bring in clinical notes, pathology reports, radiology reports coming soon. We've been in talks with Stony Brook about radiology reports for a good while now. But some of the extra things that the NLP processing can do, it's actually a targeted fact extraction from the notes. So we're able to bring in different things like ECOG scores, PDL1 scores, left ventricular ejection fracture. All of those can come in through our natural language processing engine. Just to look at one of our other networks that we have, we call it our Link network. So this is with our closed claims we also bring in. We also bring in additional mortality data. So from the Social Security index, from private obituaries, things like that, that's outside of the actual death data that's in the EHR, which we found is very limited normally. And then a little bit of our research network. So this is the larger one, the 100+ million patients. It's a completely de-identified network, so there's no path back to the patient. There's none of that site attribution like there is on collaborative networks. You can use it with our built-in analytics platform. You can download those data sets to work with the third-party analytic platforms there as well. And just some of the analytics that we have on the platform, we'll go into these in the breakout section as well. But you can analyze and compare outcomes, compare cohorts, look at different treatment pathways. You can look at incidence and prevalence as well. And then the last slide, just to look at some of the publication that's been done with TriNetX. So since COVID, it's been, we'd like to say, sort of like the hockey stick curve, it's just proportionally going up. All of these publications you can also find on our website. So our clinical sciences team and our director of medical writing scours the web to find other publications that have used TriNetX. And these are all in peer-reviewed journals, things that have been used for presentations, abstracts, and so on. And this is data and publications done directly from the platform, but also from those downloaded data sets, so that you can publish up both of them. Just super quick overview with everything to give a little background before we jump into that breakout session.
Any questions, if anyone's still on the fence about what session to join? No questions. Okay. Well, thank you so much.